Chapter 1. The Meeting of Two Worlds. Let me introduce myself. I'm Margo, a wise old dog with a nose for trouble and a sharp eye for the peculiar habits of my owner, Harry. He's a sprightly retiree well into his 60s, and honestly, bless his heart, he's a walking comedy of errors. Imagine someone who can't tell his glasses from a cookie, and trust me, that happens more than you'd think. His hair looks like it lost a wrestling match with a tornado, and don't even get me started on his fashion sense. My job? To keep this lovable, forgetful human afloat while quietly giggling at his daily misadventures. Every morning begins with the great key hunt. Harry will search high and low for his keys, only to discover them tucked away in the most ridiculous places. Last week, they were hiding in his cereal box. I swear, if I had thumbs, I'd take secret photos and start a best key hiding spots scrapbook. Yesterday, he proudly strutted around the house wearing 2 different slippers. When I gave him that look, yes, the one with the raised eyebrow and tilted head, he glanced down, shrugged, and said, "It's a new trend, Margo." Now the pinnacle of his culinary genius happened just last Tuesday when Harry, in his infinite wisdom, decided to make tea. Or so it seemed. Instead of sugar, he dumped salt into his cup and took a huge sip. The expression on his face was worth a million laughs. Eyes wide, mouth puckered like he'd just kissed a lemon. I nearly choked on my own tail. Moments like these remind me, we're more than just dog and man. We're a living sitcom, starring me, the sensible one, and Harry, the unpredictable wild card. Sure, sometimes he gets a little miffed when I mock him with my well-timed sighs and sarcastic tail wags. But deep down, he knows I'm his unofficial life coach. Who else would remind him where his keys are, usually in his hand? Or stop him from feeding his dinner to the neighborhood cat, Mr. Whiskers? I'm not just a pet. I'm his guardian angel, fur-covered, with sharp teeth. Every ridiculous moment teaches me patience, and I'm quite sure Harry learns a thing or two about love. Our daily escapades are an endless source of chuckles and eye rolls, but above all, they're brimming with genuine affection. We've struck the perfect balance. My doggy wisdom against his human folly. And this story? It's all about how these two oddballs manage to survive and laugh the chaos of every day together. Chapter 2. Wisdom in everyday chaos. If you think the morning ritual of losing keys and mistaking salt for sugar was the extent of Harry's quirks, think again. As Margo, the long-suffering, yet brilliantly clever dog, I've become quite the expert in navigating Harry's day-to-day chaos. You see, while Harry fumbles around, I'm busy playing the role of silent guardian, predictably fixing his latest blunder before it becomes a catastrophe. Take the time Harry decided he'd fix the leaky kitchen faucet. Armed with a screwdriver and an ever-optimistic attitude that only retirees seem to possess, he set out to prove he could handle it himself. I watched from my spot on the rug as water began to spray in slow-motion arcs around him like a sprinkler system on parade. My eyes narrowed, calculating the fastest exit routes should a flood begin. When the water turned from drip to deluge, Harry simply shrugged and muttered, "Well, looks like climate control in action." I rolled onto my back to hide my snicker. Honest to dog, I was torn between laughter and worrying if I'd be swimming at dinner. Another fine example of Harry's brilliant thinking came when he attempted to teach me a new trick. The shake. Sounds simple, right? Not for Harry's imagination. Instead of a quick paw shake, he tried to add a flourish by twirling me around and ending with a dramatic bow. Naturally, I resisted with every fiber of canine dignity. No way was I going to look like a dancing poodle just because he wanted to spice things up. While he stumbled around trying to keep balance, I calmly seated myself, giving him the "I think you need more practice" look. Some wisdom transcends tricks, it seems. Of course, I never let Harry stay confused for long. When he walks into the kitchen muttering about missing glasses, which, spoiler alert, are always perched on his forehead, I gently nudge him forward, guiding him to the right cabinet. When he fumbles with the TV remote, forever pressing every button, except the one that changes the channel, I simply lean over and press the right one with a gentle paw. And when he forgets why he walked into a room in the first place, well, sometimes a patient look or a well-timed bark reminds him of the mission's true purpose. Despite all the mishaps, the funniest thing is Harry's absolute sincerity. He never gets frustrated for long and still insists on trying new things. Watching him makes me realize wisdom isn't only about sharp intellect, but about loving life's chaos while embracing every mistake with a smile. And if that means having a dog like me around to keep things sane, well, that's just part of the package. Chapter 3. Unexpected lessons in friendship. If my life with Harry has taught me anything, it's that friendship laughs in the face of smarts and foolishness alike. Despite all the silly blunders, forgetful moments, and outright doggone stupidity, our connection proves far deeper than brains or brawn. There was the day Harry got locked inside his own garden shed. No, not because of burglars or wild animals, but because he forgot there was no door handle on the inside. While he called out for help with the enthusiasm of a man who just lost his mind, I calmly settled on the porch, watching his antics with what I'm sure was a smirk invisible to him. It took the neighbor's cat, Mr. Whiskers ironically, and a keen-eyed mailman to finally free him. And did Harry sweat it? Not a bit. He waved off the whole drama saying, "Well, I always wanted a new way to watch the world." Even more heartwarming are the small, quiet moments, like when Harry talks to me about days that are tough or worries about things that no human should stress over. I lie at his feet, offering silent wisdom and comfort. Sometimes I think I'm the one teaching him what patience and unconditional love truly mean. Sure, I'm the brains of this operation, but it's Harry's big heart that fills our days with warmth. He may not always know where he's going. Sometimes he stumbles no matter how hard he tries. But together we have crafted a friendship where laughter is constant and kindness essential. So here's my final bit of advice to you. Wisdom doesn't always come from knowing all the answers. Sometimes it's about knowing who's there to laugh with you, even when you mess up spectacularly. And if that friend happens to be a wise old dog watching your every move, well, you're in luck.